You are not here by mistake. In a universe of billions of possibilities, among so many directions you could have taken, you arrived exactly at this point. This is not chance. It is synchronicity. And synchronicity is the way the quantum field responds to what you vibrate, even when your mind has yet to understand. This video, this moment, this message, all of it is an answer. Not to a superficial request, but to a silent calling that has been echoing within you for a long time. A calling that says, there is something more, and you are ready to remember. The universe does not respond to empty words. It responds to vibrational coherence. Perhaps you felt tired, confused, or even that strange sensation of being on the edge of something without knowing exactly what. That restlessness is the signal. It is the intelligence of your consciousness pressing against the membrane of the known, ready to cross. This is how every awakening begins, and now the time has come. Not to learn something new, but to recognize what has always been present. Because this revelation does not come from outside, it ignites within. What will be said here is not meant to entertain your mind, but to activate your inner memory. Something in you already knows. Something in you has been waiting for this. So take a deep breath, silence the outer noise for a moment, and allow every word that follows to touch not just your ears, but your frequency. Because if you are hearing this today, it is because you are ready to remember who you truly are. The mind likes to believe that everything is random, that our encounters, decisions, and experiences are products of chance. But at the most subtle level of reality, there are no accidents. There is only alignment. And when something aligns perfectly, like now, it is not chance at work. It is the intelligence of the field responding to who you are. You arrived here because something within you already vibrates at the frequency of this message. Even if your conscious mind is still searching for answers, your field had already sent the signal. A silent yet clear signal that the universe understood and to which it responded with this very moment. This synchronicity is more than coincidence. It is a vibrational mirror. The content that resonates with you, the words that touch your heart, the signs that seem to appear out of nowhere, all of it is a reflection of your inner expansion. When the mind quiets, the field shows it has always been listening. You are not here to be convinced, but to remember. And what is to be remembered is not hidden in secret books or distant masters. It is encoded in your own consciousness. Simply recognize that the feeling of familiarity with this message is already the proof that you did not arrive here by mistake. So embrace this truth. You are not watching out of curiosity, distraction, or coincidence. You are here because your consciousness has already crossed an invisible threshold, a point of no return, where it is no longer about seeking but about embodying. And that changes everything. The universe does not judge. It does not weigh whether you are worthy or not. It simply listens. And what it listens to are not words, but vibrations. Every emotion you feel, every intention you hold, every recurring thought, all of it is signal. And the quantum field, in its absolute neutrality, responds to that signal with precision. You may desire love, abundance, or peace, but if you vibrate anxiety, scarcity, or doubt, the field will respond to that vibration, not to the desire. Not because it is punishing you, but because it is reflecting. Like a cosmic mirror, it gives back exactly what you project, whether or not you are aware of it. This process happens in real time. There is no delay between what you emit and what begins to be shaped in the field. There may be time before it becomes physically manifest, but the energetic reorganization is instant. The field is always in motion, responding to your coherence or to your fragmentation. This means your greatest power is not in changing the world out there, but in changing what you transmit. Thoughts born of fear create limited realities, but feelings sustained in gratitude, trust, and clarity generate paths that were once invisible. Everything begins with the frequency you choose to hold. So stop waiting for external signs to validate your journey. You are the sign. The field does not ignore your genuine intention. It only needs a coherent starting point to begin reorganizing reality in your favor. And that point begins with a conscious choice. What signal are you broadcasting right now? Imagine your life as a garden. Every thought you cultivate, every emotion you repeat, every belief you sustain is a seed. Some sprout quickly, others take time, But all of them, without exception, are shaping the landscape you call reality. Some people look at their gardens and see only weeds. They feel frustrated, as if they were victims of barren soil. But the soil, just like the quantum field, does not choose what grows. It simply responds to what has been consistently planted. The harvest, therefore, is never a surprise. It is a reflection. Every challenge that arises is like a plant growing out of place. It is not there to punish you, but to reveal what is still being unconsciously fed. Discomfort is not the enemy. It is a reminder that something is still vibrating out of alignment with what you wish to live. At the same time, there are forgotten seeds. Old dreams, neglected intuitions, visions you once had in moments of clarity. They are still in the soil, waiting for your attention, your emotional water, your vibrational light. Because no seed sprouts merely by existing. It needs presence. When you understand that your garden is always responding to the gardener you are being now, everything changes. You stop fighting against results and begin to nurture with intention. The quantum field, just like the earth, is always ready. But it needs you to decide what you are truly willing to cultivate. Many believe they are simply watching life happen, as if they were passive spectators of a pre-written script. This illusion may feel comfortable, but it is deeply limiting. The truth is that you are not just watching the movie of your reality. You are writing the plot in real time. You are at once the gardener and the soil, the sower and the seed, the field and the creator. The way you position yourself before reality alters reality itself. And the more conscious you are of this, the faster the field responds. Every choice you make, every emotional response you offer to the world, every sustained intention are creative acts. Even silence, if carried by a coherent vibration, is shaping the next scene. You are not simply watching, you are broadcasting signals, coding possibilities. Quantum physics has already shown that the observer influences the experiment. This means your presence has weight, it has impact, it has direction. When you refuse to claim this power, you live at the mercy of inherited patterns, of old conditioning, of frequencies you did not consciously choose. But the moment you recognize that you are not here merely to observe, but to co-create, everything repositions itself. Life stops being a succession of random events and becomes a faithful mirror of your expanding consciousness. The quantum field needs only a clear command, and that command is you. Being chosen does not mean you are better, more evolved, or more special than others. That is the ego's trap, trying to appropriate a calling that is, in truth, universal. The real paradox is that everyone is chosen, but few decide to answer the call. What makes you chosen is not an external selection. It is your inner willingness to remember that there is something greater moving within you, that there is a force that has always been present, waiting for you to recognize it so that it may finally reveal itself in full. This readiness cannot be explained by logic. It is felt. It is the moment you stop resisting life's flow, stop justifying the procrastination of your light, and decide to live in full coherence with who you truly are. Not for validation, but for truth. The paradox is simple. You are chosen the moment you choose. The moment you say yes to your expansion, yes to your calling, yes to your role within a field that needs your conscious vibration. And that yes does not need applause. It only needs presence. Being chosen does not place you above anyone, but it positions you at the center of your own vibrational responsibility. You did not come here to drift along with the distracted. You came to remember that it is possible to live in resonance with something far greater, and that your choice activates possibilities that were only waiting for your permission. Coherence is not about perfection, but alignment. When your thoughts say one thing, your emotions feel another, and your actions move in a third direction, the quantum field receives mixed signals. And when the signals are mixed, the results are too. True power begins when you align mind, heart, and body in the same vibrational direction. When what you believe, feel, and do are in harmony, an ordered magnetic field is born. And this field has force. It creates movement. It reorganizes realities. Science has already confirmed this. Studies from the HeartMath Institute reveal that the heart, when in coherence, radiates a frequency capable of influencing not only your body, but also the environment around you. This is not a metaphor. It is biology. It is physics applied to daily life. Coherence transforms intentions into results because the field does not react to confused desires, but to clear frequencies. When you feel what you think and act in alignment with what you feel, reality has no choice. It bends to your consistent vibration. This is the true power of coherence. It is not about controlling the external world, but about commanding your inner world with such clarity that the universe naturally responds. You no longer need to fight. You only need to sustain alignment between what you are, what you feel, and what you do. There is a version of you that already lives what you dream of, not as a distant ideal, but as a vibrational reality already pulsing in another timeline. And most surprisingly, that version is trying to communicate with you now. Every synchronicity that appears, every intuition you feel without logical explanation, every sudden idea that seems to come out of nowhere, all of these are echoes of your future self. It is not far away. It is available. It does not wait for you to change the external world, only for you to align internally. This calling does not arrive with fireworks. It presents itself in calm. In that pause where you breathe and realize something feels different. Your future self is not asking for speed. It is offering precision, a more direct, lighter path, more coherent with who you truly are. The common mistake is believing the future will only arrive once everything around you has changed. But it is the opposite. When you begin to act, feel, and think like this higher version of yourself, the field responds, and the bridge between the now and what will be begins to form. It is not about creating this future self. It is about remembering it. It already exists, already vibrates, already calls. The choice is yours. Keep repeating the past, or answer the silent call of who you are destined to become. Just as nature obeys seasons, your consciousness also follows cycles. There is a time to plant intentions, another to grow in silence, the right moment to harvest results, and even periods when nothing seems to flourish, because integration is happening underground. In planting, you cast your seeds into the field, desires, decisions, visions. This is the stage of intention. But intention without patience turns into anxiety. It is important to remember that every garden takes time to sprout, and that the invisible always precedes the visible. During growth, there is inner work, the expansion of roots. The plant may not appear yet, but the field is already being reconfigured. It is at this stage that many give up, thinking nothing is happening. But in reality, everything is being prepared. Then comes the harvest, that moment when life begins to reflect your new frequency. What once was only imagination now takes form. And even after the harvest, there is rest, the inner winter, where silence reintegrates and prepares you for a new cycle. Respecting these cycles is respecting the intelligence of the universe. You cannot force the harvest in the season of growth, just as you should not plant during winter. When you honor the right timing of each stage, everything flows with less effort and more wisdom. The moments of greatest pressure, pain, or confusion are not punishments. They are disguised portals. Every challenge you have faced was a hidden opportunity to cross an inner barrier and access a new version of yourself. The quantum field responds to your vibration, but also to your ability to remain coherent even when everything seems contrary. When you choose to stay centered amidst chaos, a portal opens. And this portal is not an escape from pain, but a passage through it, with awareness, to emerge transformed on the other side. The greatest leaps in consciousness are almost always preceded by ruptures, a loss, an unexpected ending, an emotional breakdown. All these moments, when seen with awakened eyes, reveal the birth of something new. It is there, in the apparent collapse, that the field reorganizes your possibilities. But only those who stop resisting the lesson and begin to integrate it can cross the portal. When you stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "What is this preparing me for?" the frequency shifts. The challenge loses its weight and gains purpose. Every obstacle can be either a mirror or a trampoline. The choice is yours. Pain can trap you in the old cycle or launch you into a new reality. Everything depends on how you choose to cross it. Living as someone who has already been chosen is not about proving anything to the world. It is about acting from an inner certainty that does not depend on external approval. It is the awareness that your very existence is already a sign that you have a role to fulfill in this time. When you recognize this, every choice shifts frequency. Doubts become alignment tests. Actions stop being impulses and turn into expressions of a higher purpose. You no longer live by reaction, but by direction. The chosen one does not wait for permission to be who they are. They stop postponing their expansion, stop molding themselves to fit into old patterns. They do not force their truth, they embody it. And in doing so, they activate realities that were dormant, waiting for their whole presence. Being chosen is taking responsibility for vibrating in coherence, even when no one is watching. It is living with energetic integrity. It is remembering that everything you do, think, and feel transmits a signal the field is always listening to. When you live as someone already chosen, the world does not merely change around you. It reorganizes to embrace the frequency you decided to sustain. Reality responds with precision to what you emanate with conviction. You are not here by mistake. Every word, every sensation awakened throughout this video is the exact reflection of what your consciousness was ready to integrate. The quantum field does not send random messages. It mirrors frequencies that ask to be remembered. Today, a seed was activated, and it does not matter whether it germinates immediately or takes time. What matters is that, from this moment on, you can no longer pretend you did not hear the call. The truth has resonated, and now everything depends on what you decide to do with it. You are the signal. You are the portal. You are the presence that transforms the environment simply by existing in coherence. And when that awareness becomes action, thought, and vibration, there are no more doubts, only flow. Reality bends before those who know who they are. Living as chosen is a daily act. It is not about perfection, but about presence. It is remembering at every moment that you can choose the version of yourself you want to anchor in the field. And that choice, made consciously, is the greatest power you hold. If this message has found you today, do not ignore it. Recognize the call, embody the remembrance, and declare inwardly with clarity, I am ready to live as chosen. Because the moment you do this, the entire universe begins to respond.